All right. Good evening, y'all. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our Live with Liz call. And this week is a special week. I feel like this is one of the most special weeks of the year with Plexus, I feel like. Would you agree, Maggie?
Is this because I'm on your call?
Somewhat. But exactly. It's all because Maggie is on our call.
Hawaii.
Tonight we're going to talk about Hawaii. I don't know about y'all, but I've had Kona on my mind all week this week, and I know most of us have. And so Matt's going to just kind of break down her thoughts and her passion and what it takes, what it means, and just kind of share your heart. And then towards the end, we'll just have a Q&A as well. So Maggie, thank you so much for being on the call. Thank you all for being on the call tonight. And I'm excited for what you have to share, Maggie.
Well, I'm not sure if it's anything light bulb aha moment, but it definitely breaks down, Hawaii, how to get there, all the stuff that comes with it. So I'm excited. I have got my little baby strapped to me. She is on the call as well, so she has her little Zoom debut. But I have definitely had Kona on my mind. I've been excited to talk to y'all tonight. Gonna get emotional. But you know what? It should make us emotional. If it doesn't, then, will we be successful if it doesn't speak to our heart? If it doesn't tug at those, those tears. And I'm glad it does. I wish I was there, but I'm excited to see everybody. I'm so over the moon excited for Megan's little girl, Grace. She's swimming with dolphins. She's seeing turtles. She loves turtles. Turtles are her thing. She's got I made her some monogrammed turtle towels in her bathroom for Christmas last year as a Christmas present from her mom. She is all about turtles. So she got to see a turtle. I didn't even know Megan's parents were there with her until she posted the picture. I told you couldn't talk to me right now. Go. I'm on a call. Go watch a movie. Sorry, y'all. I told her we were all going to be on a call and to stay in there, and obviously she didn't. But anyway, I'm over the moon for everyone there. It's just awesome. And also, you could put yourself there. You can see yourself sit on the beach looking at the lagoon. You can see yourself on the balcony. I can see me taking Spencer Kate to see the turtles and swim with dolphins. I can see that. I can visualize it. And you guys should be too. If you're, it's dead. If this is something you're serious about, then you should be able to see yourself there, to visualize yourself there. Those are all important things. So as long as I can remember, every year that I know this has been going on, every year mid-September, they go to Hawaii. It's the Emerald Extravaganza. It's where they celebrate all the emeralds, but obviously it's for emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds. It used to be in Maui, and then last year they announced it was going to be in Kona for this year because so many people are there. I think they're over, obviously when you include spouses or guests or even people taking their families, it's way more than 300. But I know we have over 300 jewels in the company. Is it over
400 is what I have.
Okay. And I want to say last year there were only less than 200 jewels in Hawaii. I want to say that's a number I heard last year. Do you think? I know the jewels have more than doubled in a year is what I feel like, but don't quote me. I could be wrong. Liz isn't sure if I'm right, but I know it was significantly less, and there's so many this year. Obviously they've got to move it to Kona. But anyway, so there are a lot of perks that come with Hawaii. Obviously it is a dream vacation, guys. That is just, I have always wanted to go somewhere tropical, take my family somewhere tropical, which I know that's not in the Caribbean, but Hawaii is just breathtaking. I have seen everyone posting videos of volcanoes and helicopter rides, and it is just a dream vacation. No, now. Now. I'm sorry, y'all. Go. I need you to go in there. I need you to be quiet, okay? Go ahead. I know you're recording, so I need you to be quiet. But it is a dream vacation. They cover your airfare and obviously your hotel stay. You get a Jeep rental. They're giving gifts. I'm sure you can see all the gifts. I'm telling you what, I wish I had a pair of Ray-Bans right now because I was like, I want a pair of Ray-Bans. I'm not someone that usually cares about stuff like that, but I saw them post and I was like, oh, I miss the Ray-Bans. You know, I hope you guys are feeling that way because it is fuel to your fire to push you. I mean, I'm just like, oh, that would be so cool. They, obviously, during the meeting sessions, they gave them a pair of Ray-Bans. They're about to have a meeting session right now, and I'm excited to see what kind of gift they get. They get smaller gifts every night in their rooms. When you get your welcome registration gift, this year they got, the guys got a hiking backpack for Plexus. The girls got a cute beach bag. And then one of the nightly gifts, they got these cute water bottles with like samples of Slim. So I'm excited to see what they're going to get after this session. Last year, I remember they got a gift from Tiffany's, and I don't remember what kind of jewelry it was. Do you remember, Liz, what they got from Tiffany's?
It was a bracelet that said Plexus on it.
So, I mean, Tiffany's, y'all, seriously. I mean, it's just, that's way too cool. So, I mean, you're getting gifts while you're there. And I know, obviously, the best gift that you could get are the memories that while you're there with your family, with your spouse, whoever you choose to take. I mean, just like I said, the dolphins, the sea turtles, the volcanoes. It's just, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It's just something that you will take with you forever, those memories of that trip to Hawaii. And it's so exciting to think about. I hope you guys are thinking about it right now. I hope your wheels are turning. I hope you're getting goosebumps like I have. And I would absolutely love to give that gift to my family and take them there. Just so exciting. Okay, so now that you're pumped about Hawaii, you want to go, okay, how do I get there? So you need to qualify to go to Hawaii in September of next year, and every year you have to qualify. Well, once you hit Emerald, you ain't got to worry about it. But, you know, you got to hit Emerald by July 31st of next year. That's always the cutoff date is July 31st. And to be Emerald, you have to have 1,500 points collectively. And then you need to have 375 points outside your primary leg. And that's not 1,500 points plus 375 points. That's 1,500 points collectively. I'll give you an example. Liz is my primary leg. So I have to, you know, outside of her, I have to have at least 375 points included into that 1,500 points. Is anybody confused about that? Make sense? Clear as mud? Everybody understand? Some people get confused, but it's not confusing. It's not extra. It's just outside your primary leg. It's still all a part of the 1,500 points. So let's say I've got is it 12, 1,500, whatever 1,500 minus 375 would come from Liz's leg, and then the other 375 would come from, you know, the rest of my team. That's what that means, at least. So, which you can have way more than that outside your primary leg. And if you want to break down the math of the 1,500 points, you could imagine, you know, 3 rubies. You've got 3 rubies on your team to equal 1,500 points. Or you've got 6 senior golds on your team to equal 1,500 points. Or you've got 15 gold ambassadors on your team to equal 1,500 points. That just kind of gives you an idea because you think 1,500 points. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to go gold this month. I'm just trying to get 100 points. How in the world am I going to get 1,500 points? And I remember being that way. But y'all, it adds up so quickly. And before you know it, you're like getting close to 1,500 points, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to get to Emerald. And then you're like 100 points. That was so long ago. It really goes so quickly when you are working your business and you're leading your team and you're helping them grow. So don't be overwhelmed by the 1,500 points because it happens way before you know it, and it's just here. Does anybody have any questions about the math, the breakdown of how to get to Emerald? Okay. So, and then another thing is, well, you've got the how. So why? Why would you even want to reach Emerald? And when Emerald is like that first step into financial freedom to me. That's what Emerald represents to me is financial freedom. Is your Kate Rouse? No, ma'am. I'm talking. Do not.
I may smile.
I love your smile, but don't interrupt me again, okay? Thank you. Sorry. This commercial break was brought to you by Spencer Kate. Okay, financial freedom. Okay, to me, Emerald represents the first step into financial freedom for my family. Even though it has already drastically changed our lives, our financial situation, it has changed. But it's like, the first step is the jewel. It's the first jewel you reach. It's just, and you obviously have Hawaii with Emerald. I don't know. Does anybody else just recognize Emerald as being that first step into financial freedom? Okay, I know I wasn't alone. That's what it is to me, and it probably is to you. It represents financial freedom for your family. On average, obviously, everybody makes a different amount of money, depending on your customers, your PD. But on average, you see the financial disclosure statements from Plexus. An Emerald can make, on average, it could be more, it could be less, $9,000 a month. I just want to break down crying saying those numbers because it's like, oh my word, that is insane. It represents more than a dollar amount to me. It represents financial freedom for my family. It represents my husband getting close to retiring his full-time job and working his irrigation job full-time like he wants to. He owns the irrigation business he wants to run full-time. I mean, that's just one of the things. It represents a lot of things for my family. It represents Kona, getting to go, being eligible for the Lexus program, the Plexus Lexus program, free car, a Lexus, you get to drive around. That's just insane. And then obviously you're into the jewel pool. You get to have that 3% from the pool profit share. That's awesome. And the profit share depends on you're distracting me. The Emerald pool for that month can vary because it's based on what we sell in the month of September or the month of August. It represents each month. So it can go up, it can go down. The possibilities are endless. So that's super exciting. Emerald is what I want to reach for my family, and Kona is a huge, huge perk. So how many of you want to be in Kona next year? Okay, so we're gonna ask some tough questions here in just a second. So I want you to be thinking about, what you're willing to do to get there. But like I said, you have to reach 1,500 points. And yeah,
the profit share is around, roughly, I've heard before, it's around $2,000 additionally. So if you're adding up the PD earnings that you have every month, and if you're adding up the pay points of what an Emerald Ambassador makes, and you're wondering, okay, well, where's the big gap coming in? That profit share, like Maggie said, it goes up and it can go down based on what we do per month, but it is somewhere around $2,000, I think, each.
Yeah. And I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that or not. So I was just keeping my mouth shut. But and then obviously as you hit Sapphire and Diamond, it grows even more. So an extra $2,000 on top of your 1,500 pay points times approximately $3, plus your commission, plus your preferred customer bonuses, plus your commission off of your level ones, your 5% commission off your level ones. Hashtag dang. Seriously?
Hashtag day.
My child just said hashtag dang. So, I mean, honey, I have to talk. Go to your room. Go to your room. If you can't stop interrupting me, you're going to have to go to your room. I'm so sorry, y'all. Daddy's not home, so we have to do this. Go into the living room now or go to your bedroom. Everyone's going to enjoy listening to this call because they're like, Maggie's disciplining her kids. Where's the popcorn?
Oh my God.
Okay, so hashtag dang, seriously. I mean, that's a lot of, I keep on saying that's a lot of money, but like I said, it's representing way more than dollars here for me personally. And you can't just have those dollar signs as your why. There has to be something connected to what those dollars are. There has to be a meaning there has to be a meaning behind that paycheck amount. I mean, because money isn't motivating. Money is cold. It's the financial freedom that connects to our hearts and connects to our why that is what is motivating us. So because if you're just searching for money, you'll just keep going after money. This is about something way bigger than dollar signs here. And I'm going to shut up saying that, but it's just so exciting, the financial freedom that comes with that. So if you want to break down the math even more, 1,500 points, let's say these are all your levels 1 through 3. They all give us 5 points. When they reach 100 PV, they're considered active. So let's say you've got 300 people on your levels 1 through 3 that have 100 PV, they're considered active. That gives you 1,500 points. And so that just breaks it down for you. And then obviously if you have lower levels, the points go down, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so that's when you get the odd points in there. But it's, 300 people times 5 points equals the 1,500 points. So it can happen so much quicker than you can even imagine. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed by the 1,500 points. So you have to dig deep and you have to really, really, really want this. I said this today on the phone to somebody, to my sponsor, Bridget Sproul. We were chatting about helping a team member. Mm-hmm. And I said, you got to ask them, how bad do they want this? How bad do you guys want this? And everybody wants financial freedom. There's not a soul out there that will tell you that they do not want financial freedom. Well, if you do find somebody, you need to let me know about them because they might be crazy. But I've never met a person that says, you know what, I want to struggle. Just can I struggle? I've never met anybody that wants to struggle. Never met anybody that doesn't want financial freedom and doesn't want to be successful. Never met anybody like that. But very few are seldom. It's very seldom that people want to do what it takes to be successful, to have that financial freedom, okay? So it's not just about wanting it, it's wanting it bad enough. How bad do you want this? You have to want this bad enough to where you're willing to do what it takes to be successful. So you have to ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that hard question. Where is your line in the sand? Have you drawn your line in the sand? This isn't going to happen overnight. Yes, there are people that get enrolled in 4 months. I've met some, I know some, and that is awesome. And that's their story. Don't compare your story to anybody else's. But you have to draw your line in the sand to where, hey, am I going to give up when customers drop off? Am I going to give up when I've had, some quiet months? Am I going to give up when I've got people who are dropping off my team? If you're just going to give up and turn around, then it's not going to happen. You have to keep going. Do you know how many times diamonds have heard the word no? How many times they have had failure? And when I say failure, obviously they've succeeded, but the only way you succeed is by failing. You fail, you get back up. You fail, you get back up. Every person who's successful has met some form of failure. So where is your line in the sand? Have you drawn that? have you decided what your turning tipping point is not going to be? I'm not going to quit when this happens. I'm not going to quit when that happens. I'm going to keep moving forward. And Bridget Ryan today said this on Facebook, and Liz has had her on one of the calls. I love, love, love that woman. I need to meet her. Maybe I'll run up to her and squeeze her like I did Sonia Dudley. That's a funny story, guys. I'll have to tell you later. But Liz watched it happen. But she said on Facebook today, she's so good with her social media posts, with her Instagram and all her hashtags. But she says, oh gosh, I got to pull it back up. I got to quote her. Sorry. I need to quote this woman because it was just too good. So I have a few words written down, but it's not doing it justice. But, and obviously my phone's being slow. Okay, here we go. To make this happen, you're going to have to lose just one thing. I'm like, hashtag dang. That's right, preach woman. Your excuses. She says you're going to have to lose one thing, your excuses. And it's just so true, guys. It is so true. The people I see not making it to Kona, the people I see not moving forward is because they do this. They give me excuse after excuse, or they give their sponsor excuse after excuse. And this is a little bit of tough love here, but your excuses will not help you whatsoever. You're just telling yourself why you're not successful is what you're doing. When you have an excuse, you're telling yourself why you're not successful. And most people who do that with Plexus already have that issue in their personal life where they always have an excuse for everything. Guys, we have to accept responsibility. We have to accept accountability, accept the accountability for our future, because we're the only ones that can control it. Our teams can't control it. Our customers can't control it. We control it. But, when I do succeed or when I am successful, I praise my team because it is all because of them. But when I fail, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. And so you have to lose those excuses. Are your excuses dead? Don't give them life. Don't resurrect them. Say, hey, I know I haven't been doing any personal development. This is why I'm sucking at such and such. I can't talk. I'm getting tripped over my tongue. But accepting and moving forward is going to get you to Kona. No more excuses, guys. So I can't get enough of that. I'll lose those excuses, and I'm still staring at her quote because it was so good. But moving forward, so you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And draw your line in the sand, make your plan. A dream without a plan is just a dream, but you've got to put action to those dreams. So does anybody have any questions about the things I just went over? About how to get to Kona, any exciting details, anything you don't understand about being an Emerald and the comp plan?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right, so that video that Megan posted last night, sorry, I'm nursing the baby, that I watched it today, and she went Emerald, in 9 months, this chick, I forgot her name.
Is it Whitney Moore? It's Whitney Moore?
Yes. Okay.
I haven't watched the video yet, but I have met Whitney Moore. Go ahead.
The video, basically, she's just saying how she did not start out by promoting the products. She just started out by promoting the opportunity. That was the whole synopsis of the thing. So I totally get that, and I totally get that that's where her heart was and everything, and amazing for her that she went Emerald in 9 months. And she always said that she put her family first. I think for me, that's kind of like my line is I'm on my phone like way, way, way more than I want to be. And it's because I have a dream. I want exactly what you said. I want to take my family to paradise. I want financial freedom for us, but it has to I'm going to miss the now, if that makes any sense. I mean, you're in the same boat as me. We both have babies. We both have toddlers. So I think for me, I mean, you and Liz are both high. how do you like manage your office hours, your time? Because to me, I don't want my family to be an excuse of as to why I can't grow. Because I mean, I'm very consistent with my post. I'm very consistent with talking to people. I do it during nap time, during bedtime, every chance I get. But there are times like today, my husband was off work and he was like, Ida, you're always on your dang phone. But I feel like that's what we have to do to like stay in the loop, you know?
Mhm.
How do you balance that?
So I love the topic of balance, but only you, seriously, because we have to have it. Only you know what's your balance is going to be different than my balance, and that's different from Liz's balance. So what you need to sit down and do is you need to say, okay, what can I sacrifice? What are some things that I can sacrifice in order to get here? And then you need to know what you cannot sacrifice in order to get here. So you have to think about it really hard. And I mean, you are going to have to sacrifice to get to Emerald, to get to Diamond. There will be sacrifice. And I get what you're saying about being stuck to your phone, because I struggle with that too. But I've also learned how to take an hour or 2 hours or how many hours, and I don't even look at it, unless it's like a text message or, because there's all kinds of notifications on Facebook, and, we just have to be understanding. Like if someone tags me on Facebook asking me a question or posts on the team page, I have to realize that, hey, I can't always jump right on that. And so obviously I really can't, because I have this creature right here that's so demanding. But if you have to set up office hours, I say go for it. I'm probably going to homeschool Spencer Kate. So that's going to be a whole new ball game in a year and a half. I'm going to have to, dedicate a couple hours to making sure, I'm teaching her, and I don't need to be distracted by my phone. And so I'm already on a time difference. So I usually get up 2 hours after you guys do, because that's the time difference. I'm usually up around 7 here, if the baby slept okay. Sometimes it's a little bit longer if she didn't. But you just have to, it's hard. I know what you're saying, because you feel like you're missing something. But
I think for me personally, like for myself, I think I balance it okay. But when I'm with my family, like when my husband comes home, of course I'm like, take the freaking kids. Like, God, I love them. I love you. But give me 5 minutes, So I think when they're around me, whether it be my husband or my sister or what have you, they're like, you're always on your phone. But to me, like, that's what I have to do to get to where I want to go. Like, a couple years of sacrifice is nothing for like the future that I can give to my family, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And if you really want to really take inventory right now, okay, you could be having to work a job and really be missing out on your time with your kids, and really be missing all those moments. And so we really got to take perspective here, because that could be my situation, that could be your situation if we didn't have Plexus. I know you were a stay-at-home mom, and I was a stay-at-home mom before Plexus, but it was about to be where I was going to have to go to work.
That's where we are, and that's what I present that to people. Like, when I have other friends that are like, I don't have time, I can't do this, I can't take away time from my family, and I present that to them. What is your 10-hour day at work that you're taking away from your family? You're at work for 8 hours, and your commute and whatever, what have you, your after work activities. What is that to your family when you can be at home with your kids and you're already on your phone? Yeah. It's just, all of us are already on our phone. I mean, maybe you dedicate an hour or two to Plexus, and then that's it. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know anybody who doesn't need an extra $500,000 in their bank account every month.
Yeah. And if you need to talk to your husband, because it's really, to me, it's really important to have your spouse on board. And Bryant has said it to me before, you know, you're on your phone, which it used to be the opposite. He used to be on his phone all the time, and I wasn't. And now that I've been in Plexus for 2 years, I've created this strong social media presence of positivity and Plexus and my family and my faith. And so I believe in maintaining that, because I'm not just going to post Plexus and expect people to, you know, then all they think is it's all about Plexus. But I get on my phone when I'm nursing, or in the middle of the night when I'm nursing, or, you know, you just have to find those ways when they're napping. But like, I just spent a couple hours working on dinner, working on my notes for tonight, and I left my phone right there so I could concentrate. I didn't mess with it. So, and you're going to get to a point where you really be comfortable with letting your phone be right there. I'm not saying disconnect completely, because you're a leader and your team needs to see you there and your audience needs to see you, but you'll get what I'm saying when you get, you're probably already there. I don't know, but especially as my team got bigger, I just learned to not pick up my phone and, you know, sit there and watch a movie with my husband, or you gotta, if you only, you know what it looks like for you. You can share your schedule with me. Like, we could get on the phone and talk about this.
No, I just wanted to ask, because I think that other people, I mean, this is just me, but I think that other people feel the same way, and nobody ever wants to say anything because they don't want to see that as considered as an excuse. But to me, no matter what, I'm a mom and a wife above all, you know?
Yeah.
But the future, my kids are going to go to school soon. Our life is going to change. And if I can, you know, grind right now and get financial freedom for us later on in life, what have you, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes, I'd rather, you know, get on it and get to it and then just have it. Sorry, Chloe's out here with me too.
If you don't mind, I'll just share really quick that I feel like that's the perfect mindset. I think Maggie made amazing points. I would say have that conversation with your spouse. I think that is key. Having that conversation with them and saying, okay, what are you okay with me sacrificing? What are you okay with me doing? And that way that there's that healthy balance, because, you know, if he knows that you're working towards this, then he's going to be more apt to, when you say, okay, what can I do to help this balance? That helped me. I've seen it on every person that really wants it in my team. I think that it's definitely a factor in everybody's life that tries to do this, because a lot of people are not stay-at-home moms like myself who work a full-time job, and I do this on the side. So it's like I do another full-time job, and so that takes the same amount of sacrifice or whatever you want to call it. But again, you go from your life changes when you start working this business, and so therefore there's going to be time that you're going to be, you know, your business, instead of you leaving and going to an office, or leaving to go do parties, or leaving to go do this or that, trainings or whatever, you know, it's on your phone. And so again, that goes back to that conversation of having that conversation and saying, this is what I'm doing, this is the income that's coming in, you know, blah blah blah. So that's just my thoughts as far as having that conversation, because I think that conversation can kind of solve and sum up everything.
And I definitely believe that in the beginning, when it doesn't look like a lot of money to your spouse, they feel more at liberty to say things like that. But when you get to the point where you're bringing in more money than he is going to be like, go ahead, baby. You go get on your phone over there and you do that Zoom call. And, you know, I mean, at least that's how it is for our house. I actually voice messaged my husband before I got on the call. He's actually doing an irrigation job. He's not home. He's working late. I said to him, I said, I'm hopping on a Zoom call. I'm a guest speaker at 7 p.m. Dinner is ready. Help yourself. The house is a mess, and I'll pick it up when I get off the Zoom call. And I just, you know, we just communicate with each other like that. And he sees what I do is too valuable. And I have someone knocking at my door. He sees what I do is too valuable for him not to be supportive. And so we can't answer right now. I'm on the phone. I'm so sorry, y'all. So anyway.
Does anybody else have a quick question for Maggie?
Yes.
Nobody?
Did that help, Ida? Did that help?
Yeah, no, yeah, I did. I just like to see other people's perspective because, like you said, all of our journeys are different. All of our, like your day is different than my day. But I think it's nice to see that we all have similarities. Like, it helps. It helps bring balance, and it'll help me push forward. And I mean, that was only my second full month last month, and I went silver. And I tell you what, when Raymond saw that paycheck hit our bank account, he was pretty damn proud, and it made me cry. And I want to, I share that with everyone because I don't know if you saw me earlier, I was cutting like stuff because I have a craft business, and for him to see, whatever, it was a little over $400 going to our bank account in one shot from me being on my cell phone all the time. It just made me happy. So I want to give that to other moms that I know that are young like me. I'm only 25. I have 3 kids. My husband busts his butt, and we do the best we can. And I want that for other people. Sorry, I got all emotional, but
I'm emotional too.
No, you do a phenomenal job, Ida, and seriously, and him being proud of you again. That's why I say you just have that conversation and say, look, I mean, it is a year. I mean, you can go emerald in less than a year. People do it all the time, and with your hard work and effort, you will be. I mean, so anyway.
Thank you. I'll get there. My journey is going to be different than everyone else's, but I'll get there.
There you
go. Say hi.
Does anybody else have a quick question for Maggie? Maggie, thank you for taking your time out to share with us. It's an exciting week, and all the jewels they're busy, and they're in Kona, and we have the amazing Bridget on as well. Thank you for hopping on, Bridget. Bridget, did you want to add anything about Kona?
Hey, no, I'm actually laying down with my 6-year-old. I'm so sorry. We had started, he just started tutoring tonight. So it just kind of threw an extra thing in our night. So
Aww.
I apologize that I'm late. I always love, I talk Maggie and Elizabeth to death, so they're probably glad I wasn't on. But I loved what you were saying just about everybody's journey is different. And I think the biggest thing, and you probably said this way before when I was supposed to be on, but I think the biggest thing for me was when I realized that I could get on Facebook and spend a whole lot of time catching up on the he said, she said, oh my God, they're doing that. When I quit doing that and I went on Facebook for a reason and I checked in on some teammates that I wanted to make sure I was encouraging that day, and I went to some team pages that I wanted to make sure to check in. That changed me completely, because I went from making Facebook valuable from wasting my time on Facebook to making it count. So that was just something. I'm sure you probably said that, but that was key for me when I got off of Facebook for those reasons and focused on what I needed to be doing on Facebook. So, yeah. But no, y'all, I think y'all are all awesome. Y'all are amazing for taking your time out tonight, especially Maggie and Liz, who does this every Thursday night, for goodness sakes. So thank you.
Thank you, Bridget.
I want to apologize before we hang up about all the interruptions. I didn't have any. This is bring your kids to work night, right? So this will all be recorded.
That's what we do it for.
But anyway, I just want
one day I'll have a little.
Yeah. Well, but for real, y'all, what you need to get to Hawaii, what you need to reach your goal is inside of you. You just have to use it. So that's just I'm serious. I
love it.
You're just going to have to pull it out. It's got to be from your heart. And this business is about helping people. So you help people on your team and you'll get there.
Can you say that again, Maggie? Because we're going to hashtag you and quote you in a little bit. Just saying.
what you need to get to Kona is inside you. It's within you. You just have to use it. I guess that was word for word. I don't know. Seriously, that's where it comes from, is your heart.
So true.
All right.
Thank you so much for hopping on tonight. And thank you, Maggie, for sharing with us about Kona. And I'm excited about the Immortal Extravaganza next year.
I want y'all there with me next year.
Yes.
Hi there.
I'm going.
Amen. Me too.
I'm saving it.